All right, thank you, Rocco. Tonight, I would like to take this moment to update the Holmdel residents regarding the Crawford Hill property, which is located just north of the Township Hall at 791 Holmdel Road. The township is currently in negotiations with the owner and contract purchaser of the property. As such, we are limited in what we can share publicly, and the Township Committee is unable to comment beyond this statement I am about to make. The Crawford Hill property is a unique one within our community. The peak of the property is the highest point in Monmouth County. The property also currently houses the horn antenna, which is a microwave antenna that was designed and used to detect cosmic microwave background radiation in the 1950s and 60s. The horn antenna was added to the National Register of Historic Places on December 20th, 1989, and the New Jersey Register of Historic Places in February 24th, 1993. Holmdel is privileged to have this designated historic place within its borders, and the Township Committee recognizes that Holmdel has an interest in protecting that. In this past November, the Township Committee adopted a resolution authorizing an investigation to determine if the Crawford Hill property may be designed as an area in need of redevelopment. This action is the first step in a potential process following New Jersey's local housing and redevelopment law. The word redevelopment may elicit many thoughts, but it is important to consider that for the township's purposes, redevelopment is simply the name of the law that we are following. It is not a descriptor of what the Holmdel Township's, the committee's desires or intents may be for Crawford Hill property. By following the redevelopment law, if the property qualifies, the township has numerous powers that it does not ordinarily have, which may be helpful in addressing the unique aspects of Crawford Hill property and the horn antenna. For example, the law allows the township to directly negotiate the purchase or acquisition of the property, including both land and objects. It also allows the township to lease property directly negotiated terms to third parties without the need for bidding. Outside of the redevelopment process, the township does not have these same powers. The township last used these powers about 1 decade ago for the Bell Works project, which by all accounts has been a success. We continue to discuss the future of the Crawford Hill property with its owner and contract purchaser. As we do, the Township Committee remains cognizant of the historical significance of the horn antenna, as well as the public's desire to preserve the character of Holmdel. We will provide any new information as soon as we are able to do so. And if further steps are considered under the redevelopment law, they will be taken as part of a transparent process with public hearings before both the Township Committee and the Planning Board as required by law. Speaking of preserving the character of Holmdel, in the 2021 general election, Holmdel voters approved a referendum to increase the Open Space Trust Fund tax. This demonstrated a clear desire by Holmdel voters to preserve land, even if it meant a tax increase. On tonight's agenda, the Township Committee is considering a resolution to approve a scope of work for the Township's financial planner to explore the Township capacity to utilize the increased Open Space Trust Fund revenues. These revenues are dedicated by law for recreation, conservation, and farmland preservation purposes. We look forward to reviewing the results of this financial review, which will assist us in our ongoing efforts to preserve open space and the character of Holmdel. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to open up to the public.